if you've ever wondered what it's like to try and play outside with 3 kids, 4 years old and under, just listen for a little while, then you'll know what it's like. I haven't posted in quite some time because I've been pretty tired, and also everyone in my family got crazy diarrhea for 3 days, so that probably had something to do with it. The crazy diarrhea part, that one was intense. But also just have like tons of work to do, tons of homework. What's this, dude?
Donut that I made.
Is it a donut? Alright. You can eat this donut really quick. Alright, man. Now I just need 37 more donuts. Okay? Because you said 38, right? But now everybody's feeling better. It's way too nice and not be outside. It's like 80 and sunny. What's up? You want to open that? Where are you going? You looks like you opened it. It's open. Come on, Wes. Look. Hey, sweetheart. Cat. Juice delivery.
You do that.
And we're back.
That to me.
What?
You do that to me.
Now you want juice? You didn't want to ask me 15 seconds ago?
Yes.
You didn't want to ask me when I was getting juice for her?
Yes. I want apple juice.
He wants apple juice. Millie. Got some water for you, honey.
The juice delivery is coming.
Juice delivery.
Ooh, my hot cocoa. This is
All right.
my...
Anyways, so there is a point to this video, I swear. It's not just to show you that life is crazy.
Hot cocoa.
You're welcome.
Thank you, my hot cocoa.
You're welcome for your hot cocoa. It's not really hot cocoa, it's juice. Okay. So I wanted to talk about the things that I've learned being a father, student, and a husband. So, number one thing that I've learned is that you need to find a friend you can rely on. Which, if anybody wants to be my friend, let me know, because I could use some dad friends. That's something that I think we all need to work on, just putting ourselves out there, and I haven't really done a good job of that. I've been trying a lot since I moved to Texas, but, you know, anyways, the point is you need somebody who can relate to your situation. You need somebody that actually has at least a small understanding of what you're going through, so that when you have something you need to talk about, you're not just talking to a brick wall, you're talking to somebody who's lived it. The second thing I learned is that you have to give yourself some grace.
Yeah, I know.
And honestly, I didn't learn that on my own. I learned that through my master's program, and just some really great people that have taught me that honestly you need to give yourself some grace, because you do the best that you can, and sometimes honestly I think as parents we put everybody before us, and we have these big plans, but in the long run they're not really for us, they're for them, they're for our kids, they're for our families. So give yourself some grace.
Well, she's my baby. She's not my baby.
As a father and a husband and as a student, I've definitely learned that I didn't get here alone, so I can't do it alone. It took me a long time of asking my wife to sacrifice and give up so much for me to be able to do this. It took me probably 3 years of being completely unaware of what I was actually asking, for me to come to terms with that what I was asking was probably too much, and to learn how to scale it back, and to learn how to make this a two-way street, because it's not just about me, it's not just about this goal. Like, yes, this is good for our family, but just because it's good for our family doesn't mean that we have to sacrifice everything in order to get there. And so,
I love my
you know, really just taking time to take care of those who take care of you is really, really important. If that's like just reminding them and just like affirming the fact that how much they've done for you, you know, do as much as you can, you know, as you are able to for those who've given up so much for you. So thank you to everybody, especially my wife, who has given up so much to support me and to support my family in this endeavor. Along with that, make time for family. Again, this took me a while to figure out, but you know what Chelsea and I started doing was, you know, regardless of how much homework I had to do or how much studying or reading I had to do, or you know what was going on at work, there was always at least one night a week that it was just her and I. You know, we'd kind of stay up late together and we'd hang out and we'd watch shows and we'd cuddle up and we'd talk. But most of the time it was just cuddling up and watching shows and passing out on the couch because we're too exhausted to do anything else. But make time for your family, because you know you need them and they need you. Along with that, your spouse isn't a responsibility or an obstacle for you. I put a lot of my time and efforts into just survival and trying to get the success in a very specific way that I didn't really put enough time into my marriage. And it's tough to come back from that. It's tough to put so much into everything else and kind of, you know, neglect that time that your spouse needs. And then to come back from that, it's difficult. You know, there's a lot of hurt there, and it's
well, no, I'm gonna...
Nope.
You're gonna be the customer.
Sorry, my daughter just tried to pick up poop. That's okay.
For not time? No, for my party dad.
But your spouse isn't an obstacle. Your wife isn't an obstacle. Your husband's not an obstacle. Family's not an obstacle.
Yeah.
They're part of the process. They're the whole thing. They're the whole reason why you do it. So make sure that they know that. Chelsea, know that I love you and that you're everything to me.
Yeah. Okay, you want to see the Alamo?
And thank you for this one that finally looks like me.
Yeah.
Cheese!
That's Alamo.
Cheese!
Dad, can I play with this?
Yeah, dude. You sure can.
I can't open this.
Your job and your school work, it's not anywhere near as important as your family. And that took me a really long time to figure out too. I mean, I always told my boss, like I'm very upfront. I'm pretty blunt at times. And so what I said to my boss was, I love my job. I love what I do. I love the team here. But I don't love any of that more than I love my family. And I'm not willing to do anything that's going to put my family in jeopardy. And if they need me, it doesn't matter what I'm doing or how important it is to the mission, I'm gone. I'm like with my family, that's what I need. And that's what they need. Part of the reason why I left the military is, you know, I couldn't really do that, right? You don't really have a choice. The mission always comes first. But that's you know, for another day. But just being up front and just saying, and just letting my intentions be known that my family is #1 priority, and I'm not giving up anything for them. I'm going to do everything I can for them, and I may not have been emotionally available, but if they need me to for a while, but if they need me to be physically available, I'm going to be there for them. That's much more important than any job or any school assignment. Hey, you okay? You hit your head, babe? You hit your head? Watch out. You alright? Hey, did you just fart? Dude, you just farted so big. I know. Come on, hon. I know. Hey. Hey. Big guy. It'll be alright. What else?
I'm gonna marry you.
Ooh, this is a really big one. Actually talk about what you're going through. When somebody asks you, when your good friend checks in on you and says, hey man, how are you doing? Don't just tell them I'm fine or everything's fine. Be upfront, be real about it. Part of that, like finding good friends and finding people that know your situation, like you can't have that if you don't actually talk to people and tell them how you feel and what's going on in your life and how you're really doing or what you're really struggling with, because you're not allowing people to support you when you need support, because again, you can't do it alone, you need help. I've always felt like I needed to do everything on my own, and it just doesn't work like that, you know? You can't keep that up, you know?
No, I don't want to.
You gotta tell people what's going on in your life. Like,
Cheers.
If I'm just having a crappy day, I'd rather just tell you, nah, I'm just having a crappy day. We can talk about it. If you want to talk about it, I'm going to respect it. You need to respect other people's boundaries if that's not something they can hear right then. But, I mean, you need to be upfront and honest with people about what's going on in your life. If you want to even have anything that resembles support. So, and my final thought to leave with you is things that I have learned over the years is that under no circumstance is a solution to your problems to adopt more dogs. Like seriously, please don't adopt more dogs to take care of your solution, to take care of your problems, because it doesn't work. It becomes a burden. And where's Lala? Come here. We got 2 dogs, and the second one was a really dumb choice, but we love her so much. But it's hard, because then you become attached, dogs become family, and it feels like another responsibility, when it shouldn't feel like a responsibility. It should feel like it's something joyful. So, if you're having a problem, don't solve it with more dogs. Don't pretend that you're not having problems. Don't have more babies to solve your problems. And actually pay attention to your spouse and spend time with your family. So that's about it. My kids are about to lose their minds. Right? You're gonna lose your minds. And yeah, that's it. See you later. Thanks for hanging out. I'll talk to you soon. What? Tell him. Yeah? What do you want to say?
He's just sleeping.
Who's that? Who is that?
Yeah.
Is that you? Is that you? Yeah, that's the camera.
I can take it. I won.
What do you think? Say hi.
I won.
Say hi.
I do.
For real? Hey. Nope. Come here. Come here. Elam, not okay, man.
Making you donuts.
Hey, you alright?
No donuts.
You say, no thank you, buddy.
Yes, donuts. No donuts. Yes, donuts.
Hey,
no donuts for me. Yes,
Elam, you need to...
for Daddy.
Hey, look at me. Hey, look at me.
No.
Elam, look at me, please. It was not nice to hit your sister like that.
Playing coffee, donuts, pickle shop.
I know, she's trying to play with you too. You know that? You guys talked about playing together. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. So, let's play nice. Okay? What? You're hot?
Get in my house.
What do you need, sweetheart?
No.
Why don't you get in the house and cool off? Why don't you go in there and cool off?
No.
Yeah, it'll be cool in there. There's a bench right there you can sit on. Okay. All right.
Oh, and also I'm making you hot dog and french fries and pickles. No hot dogs and pickles.
So yeah, this is what it's like to try and do things when you have 3 kids and they're all really young. One second they play together, and then the next second they beat the crap out of each other. And then you try to not go crazy, thinking about all the other things that you have to do, because you got to clean up after them, teach them how to clean, and you got to teach them how to be nice human beings. And then on top of that, you have to keep yourself fed, and then in my case, you got like 3,000 papers you have to write.